I'm Christmas Ghost Brian,
I'm Christmas Ghost Amber.
and here's some not so spooky Reddit. Our filter today turns us slightly green, and so we decided that we'll just go for the ghost look. So hopefully you enjoy the ghost. Let's get started. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Selling My House to Get Away from My Sister? I took my pregnant sister in when she was almost homeless, kicked out by her boyfriend, the father of the baby. We aren't close, but I let her into my home because I didn't want my nephew to be homeless. The agreement was for her to take 3 months and she would find a job and a place to live in that time. Almost a year later, she still hasn't left, and I'm stuck paying for her and her son. Even worse, she recently got back together with her boyfriend who kicked her out, but she hasn't forced him to pay child support, and I've been paying for everything. He's stinky, disgusting jerk who I banned from the house, but my sister keeps sneaking him in when I'm out. Oh, this poor person. I can afford it as I have a good job, but I'm sick of her mooching off of me when she could find a job, but she hasn't sent out a single resume. She has had depression in the past and is probably depressed now, and so she's begged our mom to speak to me on her behalf, who keeps telling me that when I let her into my home, I signed an obligation for life to take care of her son.
That's not how that works.
Oh my goodness. Apparently now if you take someone into your home, you've adopted them. I'm also single without children, so in her eyes, I don't have any obligations now but to take care of her grandson. I've been looking for a better job for a while, and I just found one. It's a work from home job, but I can't imagine working from home with my sister around. I've told her that I'm selling the house and moving, and she has 2 months to move out. Now all I'm getting is phone calls from my mother and other family members who know that they have to take care of my sister if I leave, begging me to keep taking care of her. She is screaming at me for leaving her, quote, on the streets, and I can't wait for February to come early enough. But I feel kind of guilty looking at my nephew who's going to suffer because both of his bad parents, and he's probably going to end up like them. So, am I the jerk?
No. I mean, if it's really important to, it is important the nephew gets taken
Yeah,
care
yeah,
of,
yeah.
but why isn't OP's mother doing this? It sounds like all the other relatives just want to pawn this responsibility off onto OP
Yeah.
because they don't want to deal with it. Now, the sister has repeatedly taken advantage of OP's kindness. She said she was going to apply for a job. She hasn't applied for a single one. OP has banned her boyfriend from the house, and she keeps sneaking him in. So nothing she's doing is like, oh well, this is really hard and I'm trying my best
Yeah, yeah,
situation.
yeah. This is, and plus on top of that, she keeps inviting her boyfriend. I think you've said this, but she
Yeah.
keeps inviting the boyfriend into the house when he's been banned.
Yeah.
And like I can't imagine having someone who you don't like and who you feel like is responsible for like most of these problems keep being able to come into your house.
Yeah.
Like, and he's not even paying child support on top of that.
Right,
Like,
OP is literally paying for everything for them.
yeah.
Like OP is not obligated to, like, taking them in was not a lifetime financial
Yeah,
obligation.
but the mom seems to think it is.
Well, the mom just doesn't want to deal with it. It's clear she wants someone other than her. She doesn't want to deal with the responsibility of taking
Yeah.
care of her daughter. So she's like, someone else has to do this. Look, OP, you don't have kids. You can do
Yeah,
this.
I already did my parenting responsibility. Now it's your turn. You get to be a parent, whether you like it or not.
And that's not how that works.
I just don't understand the mom's reasoning. I mean, I know that she's saying this because she doesn't want to take care of the kid, but it's just like, who would buy that? Like, does she think that her daughter is like an idiot or something like that? This isn't, she has no legal obligation. Like, there is no like, oh, you took someone in for a little while for an agreed 3 months. Oh, now you get to take care of them for life.
Right. It's like, oh, well, you have to give them like a month eviction notice or something
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
but there's not like you are have to pay for them and
yeah.
raise this child until it's an adult.
OP's being more than generous by
Yeah.
saying, look, you got 2 months to find a new place to live. And if the mom is so concerned about her being on the street, then mom, take her in.
Yep.
You deal with a stinky boyfriend.
Yeah. Our next story is, am I the jerk for yelling at my mom that I hate Harry Potter and to let me live my own life? As my title suggests, my mom is a huge Harry Potter fan. She and my dad actually met in a Harry Potter IRC, like Discord but for old people. In the early 2000s, got married and had kids, and from day one decided to embarrass us for life by naming us after some Harry Potter and Star Wars characters. It's honestly been a nightmare. I have a stupid name, and since we were little, my parents have forced stuff like Harry Potter, Star Wars, Marvel movies, etc., down our throats. Everything is about dragons and magic and blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of it. Every birthday, every holiday, everything is just organized around a fandom. So, just like every Christmas, the days leading up to Christmas, we have to sit down every night and watch Harry Potter movies. It's so ridiculously boring. I usually get away with knitting or drawing on my iPad during this, but this year my mom was like, let's just have a technology and distraction free night every night.
With the television going,
Yeah,
which happens to be technology.
I arranged to go over to my friend Missy's house instead for like 2 nights. Missy's family is normal and likes things a normal amount. My mom got really mad and started talking about how it's a family tradition and how I'm basically rejecting her, and went on her whole thing about how you wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for Harry Potter. I finally had it and just yelled, nobody cares that you are a big name in the Harry Potter fan club. I don't like Harry Potter. I don't like Star Wars. I hate Marvel movies. They're all so boring. Please just let me have my own interests. I couldn't help it. I started crying because I was just so frustrated because everything always has to be about Harry Potter this, Star Wars that, and now that we're all older, they started doing Game of Thrones. Everything is centered around some kind of movie or TV show or book series. Just once. I want my family to brand around something that doesn't have to do with media or these nerdy things. We live in Utah where we have like 5 national parks, and even though I ask every year for my birthday, I've never even been to Arches. Well, my sister called me saying that my mom was angry and to just come home and stop with the theatrics. I told her that I'm sick of having all this old nerd stuff crammed down my throat, and just once I want to have a normal time watching normal Christmas movies and not having to pause for lightsaber battles. Am I the jerk?
All right. Well, I think this is a cautionary tale.
Yes.
Um,
So I'm going to say OP is not the jerk here.
I feel bad for OP in this situation.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I mean, the thing is, like, the parents, they have these set of interests,
Yeah.
and that's fine. It's actually very fine and healthy to have your own sets of interests. But I think where they've kind of gone wrong is that they've made the bad assumption that if they expose their kids enough to this stuff, that they too will be as big fans as they are.
Right, like it's a great thing to share your interests when you're with your kids,
Yeah.
but when you make everything revolve around those interests to a point where your kids have no say in what they do with their lives, like
Yeah.
I get that they want their kids to be mini me's and love their fandoms as much as they do. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we all, well, not all of us, but most of us, a lot of us have fandoms that we love and we
Yeah.
want the people around us to love too.
Yeah.
But you have to also let your kids develop their own identity.
Well, exactly, and that's just it. It's like this is a matter of they aren't even. This would be different if they had some kind of compromise here, and we're like, oh well, we'll take you to the Arches. We know that this is what you want to do for your birthday. We'll take you to the Arches, and oh well, you like knitting, and I don't think OP would even be in this position if it wasn't for the whole technology-free
The
night that they're
distraction
yeah.
free.
It's like they're like, oh, well, you don't appreciate Harry Potter enough. We're going to force you to appreciate it by being, distraction
Yeah,
free and not drawing on your iPad.
like this is the exact wrong way to go about it, and this
Yeah.
is the way to completely turn your kids off of these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Like if they watched Harry Potter, occasionally and did some fandom related things every now and again, OP might still find it a little annoying, but it would be bearable.
Yeah.
But theming everything around something that OP hates, like that's just gonna really push her apart from her family.
Yeah, and I think that's really sad. I hope the parents in this situation realize what they're doing and realize that they aren't handling this in a healthy way. And this is not a good way to approach fandoms, and it isn't a good way to approach their parenting.
Right. And just like let your kids have their own identities and
Yeah.
do their own things. Like, I mean, it sounds like OP just wants a Christmas where they do some Christmassy stuff, not stuff that's like all fandom centered. And like, again, that's not like they can't do anything fandom related at Christmas, but have some regular Christmas activities sprinkled in there too.
Yeah, and I mean another thing is like OP is eventually gonna potentially start a family of their own or start their own traditions. And are their parents gonna bust into their house at some point in time in the future with lightsabers drawn and
They might very well. That sounds like how their parents are. Like if OP forges out on her own, that like they'll be like, "Where's all the Star Wars ornaments on your tree?" And like gift OP like, "Here, have these Harry Potter like Lego figures for
yeah,
your
yeah.
house."
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. Our next letter is titled, "Am I a jerk for banning my husband from the main bathroom in the morning?" So, my husband and I have been married for 5 years now, and we're both in our mid-30s. He's got a new job a month ago and is working from home full time now. I work as a hairdresser. Before my husband got his new job, he was up 2 hours before me, so I never noticed how incredibly long he takes in the bathroom in the morning. Not to get ready, but to poop and to play video games on his phone. Now that he works from home, he doesn't have to get up as early and usually gets up at the same time as me. We've got a master bathroom joining our bedroom and a smaller one with just one toilet downstairs. Oh, smaller one with just one toilet. Let's hold hands while we poop. We've got a master bathroom joining our bedroom and a smaller one with just a toilet downstairs. I've always used the master bathroom to get ready in the morning since the other one doesn't have any outlets for my hair tools and no mirror. I usually take around 30 to 45 minutes to get ready in the morning, so I get up an hour before I have to leave so I have enough time to do my hair, which is kind of important when I'm working at a salon. It's kind of a job requirement, right?
Yeah.
Well, ever since he started working from home, we've had some fights about bathroom usage. We both get up at 8. He immediately gets his phone and goes to the master bathroom, sits on the toilet and plays video games for at least 30 minutes, usually 45. When he's finally done, I have to rush and get done so I'm not late for work. I've asked him several times if he could use the other bathroom downstairs, if he could go poop after I'm done getting ready since he doesn't start work till 9:30. Or just not play video games on the toilet for 30 minutes straight. He told me that he doesn't want to use the bathroom downstairs since it's cold, and he's just got as much right to use the master bathroom that I do, and asked me to use the downstairs bathroom instead. I would, but I can't since there's no outlets and no mirror. He doesn't need outlets nor a mirror to poop and play video games on his phone. I even suggested setting up a makeup and hair table in the bedroom, but he doesn't want that because the hairspray would get on the bed and the carpet. Somehow, we weren't able to find a solution to this super simple problem, so I started setting my alarm for 10 minutes earlier than him and just locked myself in the bathroom until I get done getting ready. He's been using the bathroom downstairs since, and now it only takes him like 5 minutes to poop because he's got no phone reception in the downstairs bathroom, and it's not as warm and cozy as the master's. No floor heating in the downstairs bathroom. I honestly think it's a stupid argument, but he thinks I'm being a giant jerk and that he has just as much right to use the good bathroom as me. He's been very passive aggressive for the past few days and complains about me locking myself in. It's super stupid argument, but I kind of don't feel like I'm the jerk here. Like, what else am I supposed to do? So Reddit, am I the jerk?
No, not the jerk.
So I want to point out one thing here, right? He is complaining that she's locking herself in the bathroom for 45 minutes when he has been locking himself in the bathroom for 45 minutes. The husband is right. He does have just as much right to use the master bathroom, but he can't be annoyed when OP does the exact thing that he does. Well, not the exact. Like OP's actually getting ready for work
Right,
here.
that's the thing. And the thing about this is he has refused every
Yeah,
compromise. The
yeah,
OP was like, I mean, because she needs to do her hair in the morning. And she's like, I could do a hair and makeup table in the bedroom. And he's like, nope, I don't want that either. So he's like given her no option. Like, this bathroom is the only spot where she currently has like a setup where she can do her hair.
yeah,
And again, that's so important to her job. So it like, she gave him reasonable solutions.
yeah,
And it sounds like he only needs to use the bathroom for 5 minutes. The rest of the time, he's using his phone, and he can
yeah.
play the video games on his phone in the bed, in some other part
Yeah,
of the
the
house.
part that I don't get is like, why spend 45 minutes in a bathroom? Why
Right.
not just, quick, you finish up and then go into the bedroom and sit in the bed for like 45 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah. Play games when you wake up in the morning and just sit in bed where it's nice and cozy. And
Yeah,
like, it seems
it
like,
seems like the toilet's like the worst possible place to do that.
yeah. So I don't think OP's in the wrong here. I think that she does need this space to do her hair,
Yeah,
and she is getting up before him. So, like, I mean, if he really wanted to be petty, he could set his alarm for 20 minutes before her and then rush in there.
yeah.
But
Well, and I mean, OP wouldn't even care, like at that point in time, because then if
yeah, as long as he's not like then adding an extra 20 minutes onto his time in there,
yeah.
yeah,
So
like.
because like if he gets up like a half hour before her
Right, and
and
then
sits
he's
in the
only,
bathroom, yeah.
yeah, it's not going to be that issue anymore. Yeah, that's a good point.
So the only reason why this is even an issue is because now he's getting up an hour later than normal, or
Yeah,
2 hours later than normal,
yeah,
and like if he would just get up, an 45 minutes ahead of her, and this wouldn't be a problem. Or if he waits till she leaves, this wouldn't be
right.
a problem. There are solutions here, but he refuses to,
Do any
do any kind of
compromise.
compromise. She even's like, "Oh, hey, I'll set up a makeup station in the bedroom, and then you can continue to do this." And he's like,
Exactly. And he's like,
"No,
no.
no." But she has just as much right to use the bedroom as he has to use the
Right. That's a
bathroom.
good point. Like, he is like, I have a right to use a space, but she's got a right to use your bedroom too, dude.
Yeah.
Like, why do you get veto power?
Yeah, well, it's a house, right? And people who have a shared space have to, figure out compromises. And a compromise can't just be one person telling the other person what to do.
Our next story is, am I the jerk for fixing the toilet in a shared apartment, then refusing to pay for a useless plumber's visit? I'm a 32-year-old female, and I share an apartment with two flatmates, Joe, a 23-year-old male, and Bob, a 25-year-old male. We are all students of a terminal degree program at the same school and have been living together for almost 2 years now.
Sorry for your loss.
That's not what that means, bro. Up until a few months ago, things were relatively fine between us, but I've always been a bit ganged up on being the only one here who isn't from money and the only woman in the apartment with two guys who have never even kissed a girl. A few weeks back, Bob texted me saying the toilet wasn't flushing while I was at school. I came home, disassembled the panel, saw that the chain had been twisted, untwisted the chain, and put everything back together. When I let Bob know that I had gotten the toilet working, he got really mad. The next morning, he came out while I was eating breakfast and got into a yelling match because he thought I behaved badly by fixing the toilet that I should have just called a plumber. He ended up calling a plumber to double check that I didn't do any permanent damage to the toilet, who arrived and was extremely confused about why he was supposed to fix a perfectly functioning toilet. Bob then asked me to pay for half the plumber, and I told him that he was out of his mind and that I wasn't funding his stupid plumber when I already had solved the problem. I think my roommate is a jerk because I don't think he would have called a plumber to check my work if I had been a man, and he had any respect for me. He thinks I'm a jerk for being too MacGyver and just shouldn't try to fix anything myself.
Oh my goodness. You do not need a plumber to untwist the chain of a toilet.
Yeah. So I think OP is 100% not the jerk there. It's not like this was some major issue with the
Yeah,
toilet.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, there's water spurting out because we broke a pipe.
Yeah, if there had been like a broken pipe or something like that, and OP was like, "Oh, I'll just get in there and fix the
I'll put a little
broken."
duct tape on it. It'll be good.
Yeah, there's a little duct tape, a little gorilla tape, and it'll be all good. This is what we used to do to fix the pipes in my house.
Like, then I can understand, being a little concerned, but it's a chain in a toilet. Like,
Yeah, like anyone can fix the chain in a toilet. There's no like That's not a huge skill, that it requires like years of specialized training.
And this does show that he doesn't have any respect for
Yeah.
OP. He doesn't think she should be doing anything that's, I don't know.
I mean, this is the problem is like this is such a basic like life skill. He has no
Yeah.
life skills at all, and I think he's just mad that OP has life skills over him.
He may very well be, and he doesn't trust her because, he doesn't know how to do this, so how could she know how to do this?
And I think maybe they're both for money is a little telling because
Yeah.
like it sounds like if they may have just had like any problem in their life growing up, they just waved their money around and had it fixed. And he might not even realize that you don't need specialized training to fix things. So I think that I do think that he's a jerk in this situation, but I think that given his background, he might just really think that this is what you do. You hire someone to go and fix a problem.
Yeah.
Though why he doesn't pay for it himself is a little beyond me.
Right, that he would then be like, well, you fixed this, but like I called this guy out here, so you need to pay for half of it. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like he needed a plumber to double check that OP untwisted a toilet train correctly. That's on him.
Yeah, exactly. Permanent damage. Permanent damage to a toilet.
Again, it's not like she duct taped a pipe or something.
All right, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to Amber for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Happy Wednesday. Wait, yeah, Wednesday, right?
Yeah, happy Wednesday.
I lose track of time here. So, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, consider giving us a like, a ghostly like. That wasn't even planned.
No.
And if you dislike this video, consider giving us a ghostly
Ghostly
dislike. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.